How to attract success with the law of attraction is not about wishing, begging, or waiting for miracles. It is about understanding that your life is a reflection of your dominant thoughts, your strongest emotions, and your most repeated actions. Because whether you believe it or not, you are already attracting something every single day. You are either attracting progress or problems, growth or excuses, success or struggle. And the law of attraction is always working, not when you want it to, but when you think, feel, and act. Because your mind is like a magnet, and your habits are the direction of that magnet. And if you want to attract success, you must first become the kind of person success is attracted to. Because success does not come to those who complain about their situation. It comes to those who change their situation from the inside out. And the first step is awareness. Because most people live on autopilot, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and repeating the same mistakes, and then they wonder why their life never changes. But the moment you become aware of your inner dialogue, you take control of your outer destiny. Because what you say to yourself in private shapes what the world shows you in public. And if you constantly think in terms of fear, lack, and limitation, you will attract more fear, more lack, and more limitation. But if you train your mind to think in terms of growth, opportunity, and possibility, you will start to notice doors opening where before you only saw walls. And this is not magic, this is alignment. Because when your thoughts align with belief and your belief aligns with action, your results begin to shift. And this is why visualization is powerful. Not because imagining success magically brings money, but because when you repeatedly visualize the future you want, you begin to behave like the person who already belongs there. And your behavior is what creates your reality, not your wishes. And this is why successful people talk differently, walk differently, and decide differently. Because their inner picture is different, and your inner picture always becomes your outer life. And this is why you must stop visualizing survival and start visualizing contribution. Stop visualizing escape and start visualizing excellence. Because the law of attraction does not respond to desperation, it responds to clarity. And clarity is the language of the universe, because when you know what you want, you move differently, you choose differently, and you tolerate less nonsense from yourself and from others. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is that they say they want success, but their habits say they want comfort. And the law of attraction listens to your habits more than your words, because habits are proof of belief. And belief is the seed of reality. And this is why discipline is a form of attraction. Because when you discipline your body, your time, and your focus, you are telling life that you are serious. And life responds to seriousness, not to excuses. And this is where emotion plays its role. Because emotion is the fuel of attraction, and whatever you feel strongly about, you attract quickly. Which is why fear attracts failure and confidence attracts opportunity. And this is not because the world is fair, but because your emotional state filters your perception, and perception determines your decisions, and decisions determine your direction, and direction determines your destination. And this is why gratitude is one of the most powerful tools of the law of attraction. Because gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is working, and what you focus on grows. And when you focus on progress, you attract progress. And when you focus on problems, you attract problems. And this is why two people can live in the same city, face the same economy, and experience completely different lives. Because one sees obstacles and the other sees opportunities. And the law of attraction simply magnifies what you consistently see. And this is why language matters. Because words are the expression of thought, and thought is the blueprint of reality. And if you constantly say, I can't, it's too hard, or it's not possible, your mind will look for proof of those statements. But if you say, I will find a way, I am learning and this is temporary, your mind will search for solutions instead of excuses. And this is how attraction becomes practical. Because you stop hoping and you start preparing. And preparation is faith in action. And faith is confidence without evidence. And confidence without evidence is what builds evidence. And this is the paradox of success. You must believe before you receive, and you must act before you see. And the law of attraction rewards motion, not meditation alone, because sitting and imagining without effort is just dreaming. But imagining with discipline is designing a future. And this is why persistence is attraction. And this is why persistence is attraction in motion. Because every time you refuse to quit, you are telling life that you are serious about your vision, and life always tests seriousness with delay, resistance, and doubt. Because if you can stay focused when results are slow, you have proven that your desire is real, and real desire attracts real opportunity. And this is why you must protect your environment. Because your environment shapes your expectations, and your expectations shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. And if you surround yourself with people who complain, fear, and doubt, your mind will normalize struggle. But if you surround yourself with people who grow, build, and improve, your mind will normalize progress. And what feels normal is what you attract. And this is why success begins internally, not externally. Because money follows mindset, opportunity follows belief, and results follow identity. And you cannot attract a future you do not believe you deserve. And this is why self-worth is a hidden force of the law of attraction. Because if you see yourself as small, you will attract small results. But if you see yourself as capable, you will attract challenges that grow you, and growth is the true reward of attraction, not comfort. Because comfort keeps you the same and growth transforms you. And the law of attraction does not give you what you want. It gives you what you are ready to handle. And readiness is built through discipline, belief, and emotional control. And this is why controlling your reactions is more important than controlling your circumstances. Because when you control your reactions, you control the message you send to life. And life always responds to the message you send most often. And this is why patience is attraction in training. Because impatience says, I don't trust the process. But patience says, I trust my preparation. And trust attracts timing, and timing attracts opportunity. And opportunity rewards readiness. And this is why you must stop chasing success and start becoming successful in how you think, how you speak, and how you work. Because success is not something you find, it is something you create. And the law of attraction is not about getting lucky. It is about getting aligned. Aligned with effort, aligned with belief, aligned with purpose. And when your purpose is clear, your energy is strong. And when your energy is strong, your influence grows. And when your influence grows, your opportunities expand. And this is how ordinary people build extraordinary lives. Not through magic, but through meaning. Not through wishing, but through working. And not through waiting, but through becoming. Because the law of attraction does not reward who you want to be. It rewards who you practice being every day. And this is the truth most people avoid, because it requires responsibility. And responsibility is heavy, but it is also powerful. Because the moment you accept that your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are shaping your future, you stop blaming the world and you start building your destiny. And that is when success becomes attracted to you, not because you begged for it, but because you prepared for it. Not because you waited for it, but because you worked for it. And not because you hoped for it, but because you became the kind of person success has no choice but to follow.